I know there are a lot of you who'd love to make your own skincare products, but you want to do it as a hobby. You don't want to be learning science behind formulating, and you don't want to sell your products as a business, and that's fine. There is a great solution for you. Pre-made bases, often referred to as melt and pour, though there are very few of them that you actually need to melt. The phrase comes from a soap brand which does require melting. With pre-made bases, all you need to do is add the colour and the fragrance and you're good to go. They're already formulated and already include a preservative, so you don't need to add that. You can add other ingredients to some, but then you get into the realms of stability testing. So for the purpose of this video, and for those who simply just want to make some nice skincare in the colours and the scents that you like, for a fraction of purchasing ready-made products, then this video is for you. The following formula is a fairly standard for use of bases. Just check the IFRA documentation for allowed max fragrance allowance for your chosen product, just in case it's lower than what I've stated here, and go easy on the colour because too much can stain. Make up any deductions of fragrance oil, etc. with just more base. So let's make some products. So the first one we're going to make is the original melt and pour. This is soap. This is a soap base, so it comes in a tub. You can get different brands of them, so I'm not going to mention brands here. Chop it up into squares like so, and then we're just going to heat it up. Microwave is perfect. Do it in sort of minutes until it's gone. This only took 1 minute. Give it a quick stir, and then we just need to add fragrance and colour. So here's our fragrance oil. I'm going to add the colour to it just to disperse it a little bit, because you do get sort of little clumps of powder otherwise. I show in later videos what happens when you don't do that. I think I still got a bit like that in this anyway. Just mix that up. I used neon orange, just a tiny amount, to make like a peachy colour. Mix it round. Try not to create too many bubbles. But if you do, all you need to do is spritz it with isopropyl alcohol like I've done here, and the bubbles will disappear. And then get your mould, pour it into your mould, and if there's any bubbles on the top, again just spritz it with isopropyl alcohol and they'll disappear. And then leave that to set for 1 to 2 hours, and we'll come back to that later after we've made our next melt and pour. Right, now this one is going to be our whipped soap, very popular at the moment. You'll need a foaming bath butter base or whipped soap base. Again, you can get these from various brands. Chop that up into squares or pieces, and what we're going to do is add our colour and fragrance. So I'm going to add some colour into the fragrance again just to disperse it. Give that a mix. And then add that to your soap base, and then whip it up with the hand mixer, and it's as simple as that. And you just want the texture like whipped cream. With whipped soap you can add things like oils, kaolin, clay, etc. But once you start adding things like that in, you compromise the stability of the pre-made base, so then you need to do further stability testing just to check that the preservative is still effective. And once you've whipped all of that up, just get a spatula, and then you can pop it into jars. If you want to use a piping bag, then you can use a piping bag, and you can do different colours. Before you add the colour, you can split the mix into two and do two different colours, 3 different colours, and pipe them to get a colourful swirl. It's completely up to you, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to dump it in the jar. And then just tap it on the table to knock the air out. Make sure that you can get the lid on, because I know how much that annoys people. Wink wink. And then just clear your jar up, and then you have a whipped soap ready to use. Just use it like normal soap or shower gel. It's just sort of like a creamy texture. It does firm up a bit once it's sat for a while. That's completely normal. Okay, and now we have body butter. This is an emulsified body butter base, which means it's got water and a preservative in it. So we've just measured out our base, and to that we're adding our fragrance. I'm not mixing the pigment in, I'm just adding it as powder. It actually blends quite well with the body butter, but yeah, you can do it either way. And then just whip that up. Technically you can melt this down and add things if you like, but actually I don't really find that you need to, so either way is fine. We're just going to whip this up to get the colour that we want, and then pop it into jars. I've just got these 100ml PET jars. They're recyclable, so I prefer to use those, and I reuse ones for my own purposes, and then just dump that in there, and that's your body butter ready to use. I haven't actually been saying what scents I've been using on these, but this one was toasted marshmallow and it smells absolutely delicious. But yeah, take the opportunity to use your favourite scents and colours, because that's the whole point of doing this. And now we'll make some lotion. Here's your lotion base, exactly the same again. You see where we're going with this. It's just fragrance and colour every time. Fragrance and then add the colour. This is a peppermint lotion. I used peppermint essential oil because I wanted to keep the bugs away from me, because it's summer and they seem to like me. So because it's peppermint, I'm making it a kind of teal colour, so I'm using our neon pigments in yellow and blue, and then just whipping them in, because that's the best way to mix in colour and fragrance, I find, just until I get the right colour, and then I can jar it up, and again it's ready to use. It's that simple. Again, I'm reusing one of my 100ml PET jars just because they're quite a handy size, and just fill that up as normal, and there you go, you have a lotion. Now let's make some shower gel. This one is a suspending base. You can get normal body wash base, but what I find with normal bases is that if you use mica, because it's quite heavy, it'll sink to the bottom. Whereas if you use the suspending base, as long as you mix it in well in the first place, it'll stay put and you won't have that like horrible sinking of colour at the bottom. So what I'm doing is so I don't get clumps that sort of suspend in it, I'm mixing this in with the fragrance oil first before adding it. You'll see how it suspends when I pour it in. See, it just sits there. So this will take a bit of mixing, so here we go. You can also add exfoliants to the suspending body wash as well, so if you wanted to add poppy seeds or something like that, then go for it and you have a nice exfoliating body wash. And now we've got this really lovely lilac colour, which is just perfect. So that's come from our neon purple pigment, but as you can see I haven't been using much, just the tiniest amount. And then just pour that into a bottle. This is a again PET, so it's recyclable bottle. I just reuse these for myself, and then we'll stick a pump in it and it's ready to use. And it really is that simple, and look at all these products you've made just by adding fragrance and colour. There's so many fragrances you can use on the market and so many colours, so you know your choices are infinite. you can make all of the skincare products that you want for yourself, and for a fraction of buying them in, and it's a lot of fun as well. And here's our soap that we made earlier. That's been in the fridge now, curing for about 2 hours. It smells of strawberries and cream. The lighting isn't that great, apologies for that. Yeah, that simple, really. That's all you need to do, just add fragrance and colour, and you have a whole range of products. Remember, if you want to gift or sell these, you do need a safety report. If you're in the UK, it's a legal requirement. If you're just making them for yourself, then make as many as you like, go nuts. If you like this video, please check out our others, because we do have some good recipes and some are very simple to follow. And please like and subscribe, because it all helps the channel and I really appreciate it. And finally, if you are into formulating properly and learning more about how to formulate professional skincare products from scratch, then I do have a Patreon which has loads more information and exclusive videos every month, and that's linked below. And I'll see you in the next video.